These are the 20 dumbest plays in NHL history.
Oh, boy. He just lost his mind for a moment.
He's got an empty net. If he can settle it down, he does, and then he kicked it up.
At number 20, this player forgets the team he plays for. Awkward, right? This player scored against his own team.
Your own zone, it's usually you're going for a hard wraparound and you get the angle wrong.
Trust me, he wasn't allowed to play for the team anymore because shortly after that, they traded his ass. I hope he doesn't do the same in his new team. Yes, but being traded isn't nearly as horrible as what happened to Steven Stamkos. The man completely lost his skating ability.
Still traveling forward. If he gets up and gets back to that puck, he can still shoot it, but he can't even.
And I suppose Alexander Ovechkin experiences the same thing each time he has to defend.
Down low, step on, and he's stuck it. Right here, can't quite get control. Now all of a sudden he trips over the stick.
At least that didn't happen in the playoffs like number 17, as in the 2021 playoffs, with less than 2 minutes remaining in Game 3, Fleury fumbled the puck behind the net, allowing Montreal to tie the match. In the end, Montreal prevailed in overtime and went on to win the series. Man, what a tough night to be Fleury, but I am not sure what these players in number 16 are doing. I'm not even sure what the play's plot is about. Just take a look at it.
Slips a check, moves out front, Bodie collapsed and got the puck before Spezza.
The Ottawa player just chose to jump on top of the net. I think the NHL is becoming crazy these days. But in number 15, one guy's greatest move of his career became another's worst.
Just flip the fence and does drag it around. Legwand who lost the stick. Now he's in a ring score!
He was out like a lamp, damn it. I bet he didn't even find a place to call home after that. Just by looking at him, he knows he won't be allowed to show his face in Anaheim ever again. The next player at number 14 not only embarrassed himself in front of the net, but also his teammates.
Close opportunity that Zach is gonna miss. Wide open net.
Even though they had a 3-on-1, they managed to screw it up, and you could see he was upset after that.
Down the hallway. Look, right here.
The funny thing is that this ain't even the worst instance of a missed empty netter I've ever seen. Number 13 has to take an award for that one. What are you doing?
The break, Tarasenko finds Saboka, and he's got an empty net to shoot at. Unfortunately, he fires it.
The announcer wasn't pleased either. And why would he be when that play essentially lost St. Louis the game? Even I would have buried that one. Yet it still doesn't compare to the most embarrassing moment of Brad Marchand's career. In round 5 of the Boston versus Philadelphia shootout, Marchand needed to score to keep the Bruins alive. But instead, he did this.
Jen overskates the puck. He touched it though with his stick. What's the
Yeah, man thought it would be best to just not shoot at all. The Bruins lost that game because it was deemed a no goal since he struck the puck. That's nearly as awful as number 11, when Ryan Getzlaf decided that he wanted to get fancy and become an overtime hero.
Boom! Corey Perry's going down that right side. And how about the finish?
Yeah, it's unclear what the man thought he was seeing with no one behind him. However, the action that follows at number 10 makes me wonder whether Kapanen still got upset after his stick broke and chose to throw the broken stick at the opposition.
develop again? Petrie with the one shot comes right back to him and he goes to make the play. And because
Montreal had a penalty shot, which even the Leaf supporters found unbelievable. My man was praying on the bench because he knew that if it went in, Babcock would beat his ass, and you can probably guess what happened.
The puck, he's the guy who comes and makes this play. Good calmness right up.
Why was Kapanen traded at the end of the season, I wonder? However, PK Subban wanted everyone to focus on him at number 9 just to humiliate himself.
One-timer. And he's got to stand there and take it. Subban turns it over. Shankly, here he is.
Yes, it makes sense why he is now delivering pizza. And in light of what Jonathan Quick did at number 8, I'm beginning to believe that perhaps he ought to give PK a call to see if he needs any assistance with the deliveries.
Generally, Stoll will take the face-off right there.
What what the heck was he trying to do? Since the Kings had a power play in the third quarter and trailed by 1 goal, which eliminated their chances of winning the game. At least later in the season, they managed to get the Rangers back in the greatest manner imaginable. But Patrick Lane won't be saved by even winning the Stanley Cup.
Big rebound! Patrick Laine put it in his own net.
Since his actions in number 7 will always be remembered as a meme. That did not even appear to be an accident. The man just sniped it into his own net, stumbling over his own legs. Additionally, Minnesota's goalies are also feeling the heat as they have been abandoning the net despite no approaching penalties.
Back of the net, and the Wild with 4 men break out, and a penalty coming up against Nashville.
And funny enough, that wasn't the only instance. A few months later, it happened once again, with their other goaltender deciding to leave the net.
Minnesota with a quick start here and get a power play unless they can score 6 on 5.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going through these players' minds, but let's take things to the next level now that we enter the top 5 dumbest NHL plays in history by discussing the worst missed empty netter in NHL history.
Down. Henrik Sedin, empty net to shoot at.
That has to be added to the Hall of Fame of sports footage. The coach couldn't believe what he was seeing, and the man even had the commentators laughing at him. Yet even that is insignificant in comparison to number 5, as this youngster scored his first ever NHL goal into his own net.
But it's put further back by Clough, and now off the stick and in the net!
It's funny because my man really scored his first goal of the season into his own net, but at least he didn't throw it in since that has also happened. If you don't believe me, watch the play that comes up at number 4.
His own net. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Wow.
I'm not sure what sport he believed he was playing, but the coach was obviously shocked too. I would have in fact most likely benched him for the remainder of the season. Yet, play number 3 is even worse than that, because Patrick Kane scored an own goal on a 6-on-4 power play.
And this one just has eyes for the net. Watch Arcabello take a look. He goes, hey, this is going in. And he sees the player coming off the bench. Just a little move.
Yes, there was no D-man on the line, and that careless pass ended up in their own goal. Even with Chicago on a 6-on-4 power play, one Oilers player managed to get to the puck first. It's unbelievable how that happened, but at least Chicago didn't lose the game. Making a bad play during the regular season is one thing, but in the playoffs, well, that's a whole other ball game. Ask Tristan Jarry, who made a mistake that cost Pittsburgh the season. The Pittsburgh and Islanders playoff series was tied 2-2 going into Game 5 of overtime. It was then that Tristan Jarry received the puck, and this happened.
A steal. Josh Bailey scores!
Yes, he sent the ball directly to Bailey, who scored the game's winning goal. Pittsburgh was then shocked and lost the following game, ultimately losing and being eliminated. This next guy at number 1 decided mid-play that he no longer wanted to play hockey, but damn it, at least Jarry attempted to make the proper play. What just happened? My man lost the puck on a power play, took a few steps back, and then decided that his work was done. He then went onto the bench, and the coach was going crazy.